Hello everyone, my name is Kayla from Chromatic.crochett, and today we're actually gonna crochet, which doesn't always happen on this channel because I just love crafts in general, but today we are gonna crochet. And I am just really excited to be starting this video because it has been something that I've been kind of needing to start for a while now. I'm excited, I'm ready. If you read the title, you know. We are going to be pattern testing today, you guys. It has been a hot minute since I did any pattern testing, and I actually wasn't intending on taking any more pattern tests at the moment, just because I kind of have my hands full with my own projects and my channel and everything. But let me tell you guys, when I saw this pattern and I saw that the designer was looking for pattern testers, I had to apply, guys. I had to, okay? Now let's go back, let's go over some details. So the pattern we are going to be testing this video is called the Rivers and Roads Jumper or Sweater, and it is by Lola or Oleo Yarn. And if you guys don't know, I did a pattern test for her a couple months back. There's a video on this channel, I'll link it up above, and it was so much fun. I love the way she writes her patterns. I love the way she writes her patterns. They're always made to measure, which just gives you such freedom when you are going to create this piece, because you don't have to like try to find the perfect size. You just take your measurements, do a little math, and bam, you've got your numbers. You know exactly what you're doing, and I love that. So I'm really excited to start. And I got accepted to do this pattern test like a month and a half ago, and I have not started. But one of the reasons for that is because I needed to buy some yarn, and Joann just took their sweet time shipping this to me, and I don't know why, because normally Joann ships really fast, but this one took like 2.5 weeks. It was frustrating. But I finally got the yarn, so let me show you what we will be working with in this video, you guys. We will be using the Big Twist Prism in the color Tiger's Eye. Oh my gosh, this is going to make the most gorgeous sweater. Now, this is not the first time I've used this yarn. I actually have a a caked up portion of one that we will be using as well. The first time I saw this yarn, I was at Joann, and I had to buy a skein because it was so soft and the color is beautiful, and it does not feel like acrylic, you guys. It is so nice. It just feels so lovely on the skin. And I bought this yarn not knowing what I was gonna make, and I ended up knitting a hat, which I'm sure you guys, if you watch my videos, have seen before. It took me a long time to knit this hat, but I absolutely loved working with it. So when I got accepted to do this pattern test, I knew I had to use this yarn, you guys. It has just been calling my name to crochet with this and do some like bigger wearable piece with it. So that is the plan, you guys. We're making a pattern test, and I'm going to try to work on this every day, but I have like a crazy upload schedule right now, and I'm like trying to balance big project videos like this one and my daily vlogs and still be able to upload twice a week, and it's a lot. But my goal is to upload this video before the last day of the pattern test, which is October 24th. And today is September 23rd. So I have, I think, exactly 31 days to get this out. So I have a month to make the sweater, which I'm not super worried about the timeline, but I am excited to start today. I feel like it's just, you know, one more thing off my shoulders, just to have it started, and I can kind of be working on it. With that being said, we need to do our first sip of the day sponsor. And today I'm drinking this lovely iced coffee. This will not, in fact, be my first sip because it is currently 1 p.m. This is, however, my first coffee of the day. So I did not have coffee for breakfast this morning, which is kind of unusual for me. I always have coffee like first thing in the morning, but today I waited. I had a little protein shake, okay? Because I'm trying to take care of myself a little bit, right? But anyways, today's first sip of the day sponsor is my good friend Louie. Yes, you heard me right, guys. Louie is today's first sip of the day sponsor. Now, fun fact about Louie, I got Louie when I was in 9th grade, so freshman year of high school, and he was a white elephant gift exchange gift from my band class. I played flute for 7 years, and I was in band. Every Christmas we did a white elephant gift exchange. And one year I got Louie, and he has been a part of my life ever since. In fact, I really enjoy this bust. So he's in the background of the videos. He sits over here on my desk under my jewelry. So if you ever see him, You know exactly where he's from. And Louis is sponsoring the first sip of the day sponsor due to the fact that we don't have anyone else to sponsor it for today's video. But that's okay, the channel continues, we continue to move forward. However, if you would like to sponsor a future video, there's a link down in the description below. You can buy me a cup of coffee, sponsor the channel, and you get a little shout out in a future video. But with that being said, Louis, this first sip is for you, my friend. Something about iced coffee just really hypes me up. I don't know why. It's like injected straight to my bloodstream. It's good. Let's go ahead and get started. I believe the first thing we're gonna have to do is probably take measurements and do a gauge swatch. So I'm gonna go ahead and readjust and get set up so we can go ahead and start that. Okay, so I have started my gauge swatch. I've just kind of been reading through the pattern, and I just want to say this pattern is very well written. There is a lot of information and it is organized nicely, but it is a lot of information. So I'm just trying to take it kind of one step at a time. I am currently learning how to do the herringbone half double crochet stitch, which is kind of like a half double crochet with an extra step. So far it's not too bad, but I'm also like still on row number 1. So let me get a couple rows in and I will let you know how it's going. I think it's going well. One other thing I wanted to note is that in this pattern, you do need 3 different hooks. Okay, so I've got 3 different hook sizes that I'm trying for my first kind of gauge. And this is to denote the differences between like the main body, the ribbing on the bottom, and then the cuffs. So I'll explain more as I get further into the pattern. I just want to point out that this pattern does require a little bit more materials than your typical pattern, just with the 3 different hook sizes needed. But hooks aren't super expensive. You could always get inexpensive ones from Walmart or Joann to fill in if you don't want to spend money on expensive hooks. So just putting that out there. Okay guys, I have a gauge swatch. I think I'm doing this correct. I don't know. I certainly did my best, but this is the herringbone half double crochet in the back loop only. Okay, I think I did it correctly. Here's what it looks like, my little gauge. Okay, yeah, it's definitely new to me, but I think I'm going to be able to find a rhythm pretty quickly for working this up. And guys, this is so squishy and soft. I cannot wait to wear this sweater. I'm really excited. But now that we have our gauge, I need to measure it and do our math. Okay, so I did all of my measurements, and guys, I just have to say I have the wingspan of a very large creature. I'm tall, by the way, I'm 5'10", and I have long arms and legs. I'm a kind of a gangly human being, but that's okay. That's why I love Made to Measure. It's because I don't have to worry if the sleeves are gonna be too short, because I get to input my own measurements. But now I get to do some math and actually convert these measurement numbers into stitch counts and how many rows, etc., which the designer added an application that you can download and basically punch in your measurements and your gauge information, and it'll give you all of the numbers, etc. But I personally, I'm gonna do the math by hand just because I like to know how the math works. You know, I want to see like how she gets these equations to build a sweater. But maybe that's just the pattern designer in me, always looking and learning. But if you want to do this, there is a really easy way where you can skip the math portion. So let's go ahead and do some math. Alrighty guys, I am back. It has been a couple of hours. I did some errands, but I finished my math. I have all of my stitch numbers and rows figured out, and I think we are going to begin the front panel. So I'm pretty excited.
So I can take it with me to Utah.
Hi guys, we have an update on our Rivers and Roads pattern test. I've been kind of slowly working on this the past couple of days. I haven't had a ton of time to really just devote to working on this project, but that's okay. I still find a little bit of free time, and this is where we are with our first panel. It is really long, as you can tell. It's gonna be a pretty lengthy sweater, which I'm okay with. I'm going for more comfy, cozy. I didn't want to do really a cropped moment, just because I feel like I already have a lot of cropped sweaters. I wanted something long and warm. So this is what we are looking at. This is the bottom, and as you can tell, it's kind of rolling right now, but I do switch hooks towards the bottom, and it's gonna give kind of like a natural cinching or cuff, but it's not like super defined, which is kind of interesting. I do like how it's turning out. I am almost at the point where I need to do the neckline, so it's gonna kind of come in and it'll be like a full front panel. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to work on it a lot just because I am doing other projects right now, including my regular weekly vlogs. And I've had some kind of hand, I wouldn't say pain, just tightness and just like uncomfortable. I don't know, my hands just haven't been feeling great. So I'm probably gonna have to take a couple of days off from this project, but I think in a week or two, I will definitely have more time to really just focus on this specific project. And I look forward to working it up and seeing how it comes out. So I will see you guys in probably a couple of days when I am able to work on it again. Hi guys! Time for a little update. It is October 10th today, okay? I've been slacking, I know, but for a good reason. I have been having hand pains. If you watch my normal vlogs, you've probably seen me experiencing this and talking about it, but I'm okay, it is getting better. I just wanted to show you guys, I finished the front panel of our sweater, and it's honestly kind of huge, but I really like it so far. I love this yarn, seriously, like the different colors in it just looks so nice, and it is so soft. I think this is gonna be such a comfy sweater to wear this winter. And this is what's left of my first full ball of yarn, and I have 3 left. So I have a feeling that I'm not gonna have enough and we'll have to buy more, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. My next order of business is to start the back panel, which I will do at some point, probably next week. This project unfortunately has not been a huge priority. Hopefully next week. I will be gone this weekend, going to the cabin, and I have a video plan that does not include this one, unfortunately, but hopefully next week I will have some more time. But I've been extra busy on top of my hand injury because I got a job at the yarn shop, which I'm sure you know about if you watch my videos. But yeah, I've been busy. But I promise I will keep working on this. I will keep updating you as we move along in this project.
Kind of golden color. So yeah, out of the 5 scrunchies, I only have
Hello everyone, time for an update. It is currently October 18th. I have been working on the back panel of our sweater. I finally got to the point where I guess decreased stitches just for the back collar area, and it's working up decently quick. Technically this pattern test is due in 3 days, and I'm not gonna finish it in 3 days, unfortunately. I am gonna be continuing to work on it and try my best to hopefully get it finished before the pattern is released, but we will see what happens. I have a couple minutes right now, so I'm going to work on it for a little bit. This has kind of been my evening project. Like, I'll curl up in bed and do a couple of rows every night, just because I've been really busy during the days between school and my new job and everything alike. So my hands are finally feeling better, thankfully. I'm trying to still kind of reel in the amount of time I'm crocheting and knitting a day, just so I don't have hand problems again. I really just want my hands to fully heal before I really get back into like the full days of crocheting. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this for a bit and hopefully we can get some good progress in. Well, happy October 25th. This dreadlock just wants to stick straight out today, so please ignore it. Don't know what to do about it right now. It's time for an update. We have 1 panel, 2 panel, okay, front and back. This thing is gonna be hefty. This thing is dense, but it is really soft, and I think it's gonna be really warm and comfy to wear in the winter months. I have started sleeve number 1, okay? Here it is. I've maybe about halfway done. And then we'll need sleeve number 2, and then we'll need the collar. Here's the deal. The pattern test technically ended yesterday. I didn't finish. I didn't finish. I want to blame it to my hand pain and being unable to crochet during that time, but I also think it was me kind of overloading myself with too much to do. I'm a busy person, especially where I've gotten a job since I accepted this pattern test, and I've just been kind of swamped with school and my upload schedule and just all of this stuff. It's my bad. But I'm going to attempt to finish this project before the release date. Now this pattern, the Rivers and Roads pattern by Lola, is going to be released on October 31st, which is in 6 days. I think we can do it. Now, today's Friday. I have to record a weekend vlog this weekend, which I might work on it a little bit this weekend, here and there, but I need to be vlogging that video, and that's my priority. But come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this is my priority. I will be getting this done because I feel bad that I wasn't able to finish during the tester period, but I still want to give her the feedback if I can before the pattern test is over. And I would like to be part of the tester's lookbook. So I'm gonna hopefully get it done before then, and we can talk about it. Plus that means this video is almost done and I can edit and share it with you guys, because I've literally been filming this video for like 2 months and I'm ready to move on to other projects. So starting next week, we are going to be working together and getting this done. I apologize for the inconsistent and random updates, but that's where I'm at right now. So I will see you guys all on Monday for our completion of this sweater. Alrighty guys, it is officially October 28th. It is Monday. We are going to finish this project in the next 2 days. At least that is the goal. I would like to have this project completely finished by Wednesday so I can photograph it and send my feedback form to the pattern creator. So that means we need to bunker down and get this done, okay? We have 2 panels done. I'm working on one of the sleeves, so we will have to finish that, make another sleeve, do the collar, sew it all together, all of that stuff. I'm actually really excited to bunker down and just crochet and hang out. I'm gonna sit in front of my computer, I'm gonna watch some YouTube, catch up, all of that good stuff, and just crochet and hang out. So, not too bad, not too bad. Let's go ahead and get started.
Alright guys, those are all the packages we have for today that we can pack right now. We still have 25 orders, so I'm hoping.
Okay, I like put a bunch of stitch markers on here to close it up, but it's kind of a skinny sleeve, isn't it? No. Okay, this is how big we're making the sleeve, which means I have 1 sleeve done and 1 more to go.
Our scissors, nice little travel case, organizer.
Okay, I don't know when I started, but it's like 1:30 now. Here we are on the 2nd sleeve. We are making pretty good progress, I think. I don't think we're even halfway yet. We're almost halfway done with the 2nd sleeve. And I've just been watching YouTube. That's it. Nothing super exciting. I think I need some caffeine. I made some coffee this morning and I didn't even have time to drink it before my class. So I'm going to go put it on some ice and make myself an iced coffee beverage.
Anything for you other than making you gag out of your mouth anytime you have coconut oil? Let me know what you're doing, because everybody's doing it apparently. I guess it's gotta be good. But slide 2 is where it really, girl, that's not that great. Taking 2 tablespoons of coconut oil at first. Coconut oil, you sloshed it around in your mouth earlier, but
I knew this was gonna happen. We have officially run out of yarn. We have officially run out of yarn. And we're not done with this sleeve. Luckily, I planned ahead. Been sleeping on this one for a while. This is a package from Joann, and it's supposed to be 2 more skeins of this yarn. I don't think I'm gonna use 2 full skeins left on this sweater because all I have to do is finish the sleeve and like do the collar and attach it together. But I was not about to run out. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't about to play around with that. They're like all kinds of crumpled and like squished in this package. I don't know who at Joann was packaging these, but I've never had a package come like this. It's like duct taped. Okay. We have 2 more big twist prism balls, cakes, whatever. I'm gonna save the nicer looking one. So I can return it if I don't use it. Cause I don't think I'm gonna use it. But I have it just in case, cause I had to wait for them to go on sale and to have a good like free shipping code or like $2 shipping code. I was not about to spend $8 full price for one of these cakes and $8 for shipping for one of these cakes. No. So I got them both on sale and I got the $2 shipping code. So if I don't use the second one, I can go to my Joann's and return it. Whatever. Anyways, we're almost there.
Also, I know I'm probably gonna get questions about this band-aid on my forearm. Basically, I was trying to cook.
I did it, guys. I did it. 2 sleeves. 2 sleeves. We have 2 sleeves. Bam, bam. I need to cut this. I was going getting a little mush brain there, but I'm excited that we have 2 sleeves. Now we are going to begin the process of piecing it together. So I'm gonna pull up the pattern really quick. I think I know how it's constructed, but I just wanted to make sure before I get ahead of myself. So we're gonna have to sew it together, sew the panels together, and then do a collar, and we're done. We're finishing this today. Today. That's right. Simple sweater panel construction. I need to vacuum the floor in here because dog hair. And then I'm gonna lay it out on the floor and we should be able to work from there.
With my face right now. Hopefully you can see my last video, which was my video on the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And then that something like bad happened. Even though she has been proven to be a bad partner.
Alrighty guys, I am going to try on this sweater. I finished sewing it up, so we're gonna see where it's at. Here it is, okay. Obviously it still needs the collar. It's pretty big, it's heavy. This thing probably weighs at least a pound. Okay, obviously we see a big problem here. The collar is huge, but we're gonna be adding at least an inch, maybe like 2 inches of like good collar. Okay, but I mean it fits. Definitely it needs a collar. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that because we gonna finish this thing.
And we're gonna buy lots of yarn and sweaters and go to lots of cafes. Be in Italy after Croatia. So obviously gonna take you around because I know y'all have been asking for the travel vlogs. And I am going to be crocheting as I go around. I'll show you what I'm working on.
Okay guys, this is how my collar turned out. Like my shoulders are way out here. I was worried about making the neckline big enough to put my head in and I made it way too big. But I have like this like drop shoulder situation going on, which I think is cute. I don't know what that hole is. Don't want to think about it. But I have ends. So here's the deal. I'm going to weave in all of my ends and I will show you guys the final sweater tomorrow, which will be in like 5 seconds for you guys. But I can't work on this anymore. My brain's mush. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, here it is. This, my friends, is the final reveal of the River and Roads crochet pattern test. I am honestly so excited to be sharing with you guys my final thoughts and the reveal of what she looks like, okay? Here it is. It is so soft, okay? This material worked up really heavy. This thing probably weighs at least a pound. Like, this is very heavy. Yeah, actually doing the math, this is about 2 pounds of yarn because I used, each ball is 7 ounces and I used 4.5. Siri, what's 7 times 4.5?
7 times 4 plus 1 over 2 is 31.5.
31.5. This is almost 2 pounds of crochet sweater. It's heavy. And as you can see, because of its weight, my arms, they're a little extra drapey, which I wasn't able to take into account when I did my gauge swatch because obviously my gauge did not have the same weight and was not like being pulled like this. So that's something to keep in mind if you're using a very heavy yarn. But this yarn is so soft. Like, this is probably the coziest, softest, comfiest crochet sweater I've ever made and worn. I love it. It is so nice. Now let's talk about this pattern. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this pattern is made to measure and it works up a little bit differently than your typical crochet made to measure pattern in the regards that instead of worked top down or bottom up, it is worked side to side, which definitely gives it an interesting look because it almost looks like knit where it has like the lines going up and down instead of the lines going across. Because when you knit up to down, you get horizontal lines, where here we have vertical, which I do like the look of. I like it a lot, especially on the sleeves. Like, it just looks really, really nice. However, working from side to side, it is a little bit harder to kind of gauge how it's gonna fit, I guess. The whole time I was working up the front and back panels, I was really worried that it wasn't going to fit lengthwise. I mean, putting it on now, obviously I was worried for nothing. This is definitely an oversized sweater, which is kind of what I was going for. I was going for more of a comfortable, loose, oversized fit, and I think I achieved that just fine. The other thing is the fact that while you were working on the actual panels, you were also simultaneously doing the ribbing by switching to a smaller hook. I honestly thought this was a genius idea. It was so cool watching it work up. But the same thing with the sizing is I was worried while working like on the bottom ribbing here, it pulled in a lot because I switched to a smaller hook and I was worried, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't fit me around the waist? So that is definitely something to keep in mind. The one other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the neckline. Now, I did not intend for the neckline to be so wide. That was not my goal, but I didn't take into account that the way this panel is worked up, it is just straight 90-degree from shoulder down, which gives it a really nice drop shoulder. But when I was doing my measurements, was thinking that this shoulder was gonna be up here, not down here, because it curves around to my side area, because it doesn't come out like other patterns might. Like if you do like a sewing pattern for a shirt, it's gonna have a curve shape to give you extra fabric for the side area, where this one doesn't have that. So just keep that in mind when you are going to measure, and especially with like the neckline. Mine was accidental and I made it work. I gave it a really thick collar so it's not super gaping, but like when I was trying it on before, it was like falling off my shoulders. That wasn't intended. So learn from my mistakes. But overall, I just want to say this pattern is really, really well written. It is very well thought out. Lola thought of everything from having a built-in calculator to help you calculate how much yarn you're gonna use, and a calculator to help you do the maths for making your measurements and finding out how many like stitches and rows and stuff. And just the fact that it's made to measure, and I feel like that's kind of where crochet and knit is heading, especially where we as a fiber arts community are focused on inclusivity and being accessible to all body shapes and sizes. I really think made to measure is kind of the future of fiber arts, and I really think Lola is kind of on the front lines of that, just really putting her all into her patterns, and it's just really cool to be a part of that and to get to participate in making, I guess, headway. I feel like for the longest time, like if you go and look at vintage crochet or knit pieces, a lot of them are like small, medium, large sizes, and that's it. Where this pattern can be adapted to fit any body size, any shape. You could make this for a small child, you could make this for a partner, like you can fit this to any body size. It doesn't have to fit into standard sizing. So I really, really appreciate that about this pattern, though I do think it takes a little trial and error and a little practice in the made to measure pattern genre to be able to know what you like, how you want your fit to be like, how it's gonna work up, etc. But it is still really cool, like I said, to be a part of it and to be able to test that and get to experiment with my own dimensions and how I want my piece to fit and play around with someone else's patterns. So just a huge shout out to Lola. All of her information, of course, will be down in the description below. This pattern is out as of October 31st, so I did make it in time for the deadline, and I'm really excited to be able to share this with you guys so soon after the pattern has been released. So if you guys are interested in making your own River and Roads jumper, sweater, crochet, cozy moment, it is available to you guys from her account. So please go check her out, go share her some love. She's an amazing crochet designer, and I am just really happy that I was able to pattern test for her for a second time. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know this video is kind of all over the place. Honestly, it's been a adventure going through this pattern and dealing with the ups and downs of my hand health and time management and just all of that. So I'm glad that I could share this journey with you guys. And yeah, I think that's all I have for today. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do the things, you know, the YouTube stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, my friends.